To my sktpodcast.com. I'm the host for the Outlaw Show, Selassie Kwame Tete, and in this episode we are talking about self-limiting beliefs. I had a conversation with Chief Ebenezer Albert, Chief something. But in this episode we had a conversation about self-limiting beliefs and how self-limiting beliefs is setting us back as individuals, or even leaders of organizations are being misled because of their own self-limiting beliefs, and it's not making them push the agenda of the company forward. We also had a discussion in terms of relationship or marriage or tribal beliefs among individuals, especially considering where I come from. So I hope you enjoy the show, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you have any experience that you've encountered because of self-limiting beliefs, let us know how you overcame the self-limiting belief you once had. So I have Chief Ebenezer Albert something. Let's enjoy the show, and don't forget to subscribe.
No, I'm on for girls. Last time that I said, yeah, the boys getting up.
For you to just introduce yourself. I want to know your personality.
Okay.
Yes.
For my name, my name is Ebenezer Chief.
Okay.
Ebenezer Chief Buedimensa.
Okay.
You know, as you know me, I be one cool guy I talk from my corner there. Always.
Did you say Ebenezer?
Yeah, Ebenezer. That's,
wow.
Yeah.
It never occurred to me. The name Chief.
You know, Chief is my name. I was named after my father's brother, who is a chief in one small village in Kumasi, Ashanti region. So because of the chief, that's why I'm called Chief everywhere.
Wow, then you're sitting on gold.
Yeah.
You're sitting on gold. You're a big man.
Hello.
Oh my God. So Chief, how long have you been in China?
I think September 29th or 30th, 2 years.
2 years now.
Yeah, 2 years.
Okay, September 29th will be 2 years.
Yeah.
Now. Okay, that's fine. I don't want to waste much time. I just wanted to start. Let's peel.
No problem.
Yes, let's peel the dirty peels off the onion and start what we want to do. So our topic for today is self-limiting. Okay. Yes, and as I discussed with you earlier, self-limiting, I think it gives a fair idea of an explanation to itself. Yes, but I still want to have your opinion.
Self-limiting. For me, I feel self-limiting be disease. Serious disease. Why as an individual you have to limit yourself whilst you can push harder? You know, sometimes self-limiting comes with lower self-esteem.
Yes.
For me, if there is an opportunity, you just grab them and make no limit yourself. You limit yourself from mental rough. You understand?
You know, some people, based on what you said, if you are not able to limit yourself, you probably go through a whole lot of mayhems. But some people are out there. You realize that they have everything to themselves. They have the money, they have the wealth. So probably they are not determined to do some things as to someone who is no more privileged.
See, even Bill Gates said they said more money. Dangote is still in business. If he had, let's say Dangote has everything, right?
Yeah.
Let's say the richest man in Africa.
Yes.
He has cement, Dangote flour, Dangote sugar. He's even opening more businesses.
Yes.
We Ghana now, he has even opened one cement plant or whatever.
Yes.
Trying to open an oil refinery. So why, if he said, okay, I'm earning so much, and he's not, I for just sit, relax, enjoy my wealth. No. He still they work hard. You can see this Amazon guy. They're all working hard.
They are still earning money.
Yeah. So why do you have to limit yourself? You know, if you want, as a young guy, you have to look up to them. Themselves, they don't limit themselves. Why we no start anything?
Okay,
We
so
have to limit
Chief,
us.
Chief, don't speed up right now. Take
Oh,
this, let's
no,
let's
no,
take
no,
things
no,
slow,
no,
okay?
very slow.
Yes, slow. So, I want us to talk about from where we come from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Africa, or let me say Ghana.
Okay.
Yes, Ghana. You realize that there are a lot of over complacency. People don't move towards they say their ambitions are.
Mhm.
Exactly. And when you go deeper, you realize that they'll tell you that I'm limited in this. Probably it is finances. Probably it is, morale. The person is not boosted enough, or probably the person is just not motivated enough to go out there. They can give you a whole lot of self-limiting excuses out there that the government. Yes. So what is your opinion on such a thing?
Okay, one thing I noticed this. For Ghana,
Yes.
we like blaming government too much. Everything, there's so much over dependency on the government. Governments do this, government do that.
But don't you think they have a point?
No,
I mean-
what's point? This is not like, let's say we are in China now. They
Yeah.
are, let's say, how do you say, they are socialist, or let's
Yes.
say communism.
Communist,
Yes,
yes.
they are communists. So for them, they depend much on government. Government does, but Ghana democracy, we dey practice democracy, right? And democracy be government before everyone. How
Exactly.
did Abraham Lincoln define democracy?
He says that
For the people, by
Exactly.
the people. Yes, so
Yes.
me and they are the Ghana government safe.
Yes, you be Ghana government.
Yes.
But you've given your rights and privileges to some leaders. So don't you think they have the opportunity to lambast them?
Leaders. What the leaders for me, let's say an MP in maybe my constituency, the MP should just create some.
But MP too is even self-limited in a way.
I beg to differ, because for MP, you be MP, you for do things, but I don't expect you to do so much because you have time limit. 4 years.
Yes, for
How come 4 years? What you they want to do? Play? No. You just for do what you can, and we too will go support you, and just create the way, make the boys follow. If the boys follow, I think things will be okay for us. And I think most of us, we the youth, our parents are the cause for most
Yes.
like our parents, this. I think this religion thing to the cause problem. You
Mm.
be Christian, making no.
If you should let's try to compare with where China is to us. I mean, they are not too religious. They don't carry Bibles under their armpits every Sunday.
You know, like our parents be problem. For GH, you chop 30 years safe. Your mother will say, "Hey, can't sleep." Your mother will say, "Hey, what did they do?" If you don't get
Money.
and right now to job no day, and how even you get a job, how much is your salary? People are earning as low as maybe $100, less than $100. Most people,
Less than
less than $100. Which, what you go fit do with $100? Maybe for China, you go take job champ for 1 month.
Your rent alone will take everything.
Exactly. So most people, if you don't get married or you don't do any big business for you to move out from home, you will always be limited.
Okay.
Your parents will be like, "Hey, so," and
Okay.
yeah.
So talking about, you just brought family into this. So now let's talk about family background. Family background has this kind of generational beliefs. You understand? They have this kind of generational belief that transcends from one person to the other. I mean, your parents, then your parents' parents, then you yourself. I'm sure there are some beliefs you yourself will probably impact into your children. You understand? I'm talking about self-belief, not the group type. You understand?
But this our generation,
Yes.
especially we from the 90s, we stressed up. You're stressing rough. So now this generation thing, in end, guy. This our generation, they stress too much. So I don't think there's, for me, I don't know. Me, my family said, what do they do?
So I'll give an example. In Ghana, we are very tribalistic.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that is a self-belief in some families. Okay, so some families are like, I don't want you to get married to this person, or not even, you can get married but not from that tribe, or not from this tribe. And it's a self-belief, or it's an experience probably they themselves or their parents passed through that has been implanted in their head. So I'll give you an example. I'll use myself an example. So personally, I was in love with this girl. You understand? Yes. And this girl is, I don't want to mention tribe, let's say tribe A. Yes, and I am tribe B. Okay, we loved each other back in college, university days. And it got to a point, she genuinely told me that her family, her mom was deceased, of course, but her family or her dad doesn't want my tribe getting involved in their family. Okay, so I told her we'll work things out. Okay, and even to be honest, I wasn't even fully 100% that tribe. I'm like 50-50 to that tribe. Okay.
EBIB or what?
Oh, Chief, don't let me start mentioning things. You understand? I mean, I'm sure. Yes. So, we decided to that. Okay, we would find a way out. So level 300, still no way out. 400, still no way out. We were like, if this is what is going to happen, then we have to come to a mutual agreement. So it hurts both of us because we are going to be separated. At one point in time, she tried to defend my tribe at home. Okay, she was like, oh, Dad, these things, I mean, you can't generalize it on everyone. The warning she got from her dad. And remember, he's the only parent looking after them. The mom is no more. So you can imagine, no matter what you do, she would definitely support the dad's side. So it caused us to break up, and we went our separate ways mutually. So that is a self-belief in such a family. You understand? So it is probably limiting their level of exposure to, let's say, good guys, or let me say good potential husbands. Exactly. So let's build a point from that.
Okay, from where I'm coming from my family, we are open to everyone. My family, we are not that tribalistic because I have other brothers.
Yeah. Are they married?
Yeah. All of them. One is married to an Ashanti.
Okay.
And Mix Ewe Achim.
Okay.
And a Fanti.
Is any of them married to Muslim?
No.
I think you're open to everyone.
No, we are open, but Muslims,
it's also a self-belief.
Yeah, but they have their belief. That's religion.
Look at you right now.
I don't want to go much into religion stuff because
it's complicated.
Yeah, it's very complicated. And for me, yes, tribalistic day.
Yes.
Yeah, no dispute about that. But tribalistic day. But I think now, for me, this 2019, I think we should grow past that and love each other. It's one Ghana.
Yeah.
Maybe religion, based on religion, I can support. Okay, cool. Muslim, Christian, because I was talking to one Muslim guy and he said, okay, he wanted to marry a Christian, but he can. But the thing is, they have children. Their children will have this. Like their children will be confused at a point in time because he will force them to do Allah Akbar. The woman will say hello Baba. So it's
What is hello Baba?
You know.
Okay.
Hello Baba.
Yeah, I know.
Allah Akbar. So it will be mixed.
Yeah.
And their children will get confused. But for me, basing your argument on tribe. Man, this 2019, one Ghana. Let's love each other. For me, maybe I'll go to the north, maybe Dakbon, Dakbani, or Kokomba. Yes.
Are you saying it just for purposes of?
No.
This show.
No, not this show. Come on, because you know me. I mean, I explore. You understand? You have to explore.
Okay, yes. For a few months, I know you. Yeah, you explore.
Yeah, you have to explore. Guy, we have to grow past that. And let's love each other. Okay, for me, maybe religion will be a problem, but
okay, for you in your category, self-belief, religion is a problem.
Yeah. Maybe religion is the problem. Maybe that's why I can't get married to this. But if the person is a traditionalist, maybe I can because I can teach you.
Yes.
Yeah, because I love you, I can teach you.
You mean traditionalist? You could consider marrying a traditionalist daughter.
Yeah. Because I can teach you for it to change. Because for them, they don't believe, they do asasi.
You know they worship idols.
Idols. No, you know they worship idols. Maybe in father they do it they see, but like how can you see ladies or a woman going to the shrine to pour libation?
It happens. I mean, it happens out there. Maybe you are not exposed to it.
Maybe it be 1 out of 50. You understand?
Mm.
Yeah. Maybe their family is into that, but maybe for her. So if I teach her, we should accept. Cool. Yeah.
Chief.
Yeah, cool.
Interesting.
It be that good day. It be the love. There's a love they conquer everything.
Everything.
Yeah. So if they love someone.
Okay.
should
Let's
plan
draw a
that.
scenario now.
Mhm.
Imagine you're in a workplace.
Mhm.
What is the name for someone who takes care of snakes? I don't know the professional name. Yes, but let's say there are a heap of snakes here right now.
Mhm.
What will be your first reaction to the snakes?
I will run. Who will be next?
Okay, so that would be a reaction, right?
Yeah.
But someone who takes care of snakes, his reaction wouldn't be that. His reaction would probably be to get closer to the snake, or to probably know the kind of breed and all that. Yeah, but you not familiar with the snakes will run away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that draws the analogy that your self-belief is different until you understand the other person's self-belief.
Mhm.
So if you understand why, example, I like the snakes, I'm sure probably you would also fall in love with probably getting to know why I like the snakes. Okay, so
For
that is just an example.
Okay.
I know, but for the snakes, it's a go-no area. Okay. So example in a workplace,
Mhm.
okay, where you are mixed up with a lot of diverse people.
Mhm.
You understand? You have your own upbringing.
Mhm.
You have your own perception about things.
Mhm.
You have your own. Some people are phlegmatic. Some people are procrastinative and all that. You have all those people in your team. An example, maybe you are the team leader.
Mhm.
Okay, how are you going to put all these self-limiting attitudes together to accomplish a goal or a task?
You know, last semester or last 2 semesters, I studied one course, organizational behavior. And
Okay.
one thing I learned from it is the human behavior is very complex. You know,
Okay.
very, very complex. So you can't understand everyone. But as a leader,
Mm-hmm.
you have to find ways to balance everything.
It's okay.
Yeah. As a
Okay.
leader, you have to find ways to please everyone. Sometimes you have to be harsh
Yes.
for you to achieve your goals. So sometimes, you know. Okay, for me, I'm kind of
Yes. To you. What do you? How would
democratic.
you?
I'm a kind of democratic person. You know, I'll be
I
sometimes.
sure know
easy-
I'm not a laissez-faire sort of person.
You know, me, I feel I'm a democratic person. But, like,
Okay.
yeah, everyone share your opinion. Like, make we just day if it make sense. But if we have targets to meet,
Yeah.
if we speed up, make we achieve that.
Mm.
Or else you could chop some serious backlash, or maybe I will kick your ass from the group. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So such a thing, especially in a work environment, it is not really nice having the same category of people in the same group. But because of diverse opinions and probably the ideas of people, it is better for you to share ideas. So you put different people in different groups so that they all come together and make sure that the task is accomplished.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So if that is the case, I want to ask you, you realize that sometimes in relationships, these things play a big deal. Example, a lady will say, all men cheat. Probably it's an experience she has been through before, or probably an experience her friend or someone has been through before. They realize that sometimes generalizations turn out to become like facts, which are not true. Yes. So what do you think, especially when such a thing goes on in relationships? So I have someone who is almost 30 years old now, a lady, and anytime you go on her WhatsApp status, gosh, guys are cheats, She puts this picture there. Guys are this. Guys are that. Meanwhile, she has not even dated 5 even in her entire life to generalize such a thing. So I once told her that, look, you are propagating something that you don't really think is true, but you've made it as a self-belief right now. And if you don't take care, she's going to probably, transcend it to her kids. You understand? Okay, so you realize that it's having effects on people. Self-limiting is really worrying people in relationships. You find a beautiful girl, you understand? She's all good and everything. Then at some point you realize that something just switches around. You just ask yourself, where is this thought also coming from? It's a self-belief probably she didn't expose to you. So I mean, yeah.
You see, okay, from the example you gave.
Yeah.
Maybe this girl had this experience. That's why she thinks all men are cheats.
Yes.
But she for not generalize them, because some men cheat. It be bad. Some people want to. Some people have this idea. Okay, I want the perfect girl.
Yeah.
That's why they cheat. Maybe champion. Nah, maybe study the girl. Some girls. And I see this our generation. The girls, maybe mukbang girls.
No, but we have good ones out there.
Yeah, we have. That's why some men move here. This girl today buy me iPhone, buy me this one. Okay, you
buy me pizza.
You be seditious girl. No. Jump onto one. Maybe.
But why not break up with one first, then go with the other? They need to look like you're not cheating on the first.
No, this generation we don't break up now. Like, let's break up. No.
Yeah.
You
for snake around.
Not the snake. You for dodge around. Like, you lost from the system inside. You understand? You for lost. You for the vanishing.
For the vanishing.
Vanish.
Eventually.
Yeah. As you vanish, you move to another one. Maybe just look at her. At least by those people say, oh, this guy. At least those people to get married, they'll settle with one and be like, oh, this is the.
Yes, they also get married.
Yeah. They'll say, this is the right lady for me. Because maybe you the girl, you too, you have to check your attitude.
Exactly.
Yeah, check your attitude and if you check your attitude, maybe the guy didn't like this on you. Maybe you have to give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that. And some men, people are too stressed out. So if you bring your issues to we go lost, then you just go date them, you just be a corner, just move on to another one.
On to the next one.
Yeah. So.
But don't you think what you're even saying right now, the perception you have in saying this right now, is like a self-belief for you?
Not. Yeah, it can be, but
yeah.
I don't know for me.
No, it can be for me. No. Which is it?
I did the middle side.
Okay. So let me ask you this quick question. The first girl you kissed, is it probable that she'll be the person you get married to?
Oh, but the first girl I kissed.
Is it probable? Is there any chance that she'll be the one you probably get married to?
No.
There's no chance, right?
No.
Exactly.
No.
So sometimes, why you just said no? So sometimes I want to ask the question: why is it that sometimes when we realize that we don't want to settle for this, why do we still go for it? Some people get addicted to some addictions. Yes, the girl you don't love her, but there's something about her you just want to go after. Why that self-belief, that self-limiting belief?
Even the Bible say, even if you look at the lady some way, it's like
Committed a sin.
Yeah, you've committed a sin. These men, our eyes they worry we. That's the problem. You just don't know this girl, but maybe her features, her physique, all this, she's pretty, she get big ass, she get big boobs. Those be the last 4 things we just go after. But if you define wife, you do overlook all this, then just look what's the person will bring to me, how our babies will be and all that. So
okay. So Chief, I just want to find out from you about now. Let's be a bit professional about self-limiting now. Yes. So you realize that self-limiting sometimes is not good. Sometimes too is good. In what scenarios will you say that?
Okay, self-limiting.
In what scenario will you say it's good? In what scenario will you say it's not good?
Okay, let's say self-limiting is good. Maybe, sometimes, let's say maybe in relationships or maybe at the workplace, maybe some bosses are very annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe instead of you to, sometimes you don't need to be more aggressive, so you have to just keep your
limit
cool.
yourself.
Yeah, so that's
So you don't expose
yeah, so you have to, I just limit myself with that. But from where it is not good, you have to just push hard to achieve your goals, They say the sky is the limit, but maybe you can go above the sky. Or,
now even the galaxy is crying, then you can go into the galaxy.
Yes. So if you have the opportunity to do things, don't just limit yourself. You have to go. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll give you this scenario. Okay. There was this lady. I mean, I listened to a podcast, and there was this lady who shared her story about self-limiting. She was good, but she wasn't a PR. She wasn't a public relation person. She was this secretary person. But anytime they put them in a team, she realizes that she comes out with some potentials of managing the people, okay, the relation with the people, and they always accomplish the task even before the deadline. Okay, so the management of the company saw that trait in her, and they increased her into management position. Now she's no longer like a secretary; she's into management position. Yes, and that is self-limiting, okay, but she didn't allow the self-limiting of her being the secretary alone limit her. She pushed herself further, okay, and management saw it. So that could be a good example of self-limiting in a good way, okay. Now let's talk about self-limiting in a bad way, okay. Self-limiting are normally seen as beliefs or attitudes, or even perceptions, yes, or even generalizations that are seen as facts in the mind, okay. Yeah. So I read somewhere that 95% of the activities that we process in a day, okay, are from the subconscious. They are not conscious. We don't really think about it before we do it.
Sure.
Yes, 95% of what we think of are from our subconscious. Okay. So that should tell us that the things that we do in a day, which is from the subconscious mind, is the things that are limiting us. So you want to be, example, you want to be a photographer. You always admire people on IG. The kind of photographs they take, you like them and all that. But you realize that is unconscious because you are doing it. Your subconscious is making you do it. You're doing it. But you've not taken the conscious efforts to say that, okay, let me even make an inquiry into how much does even a camera cost. You understand? How much will it take me to get a good studio setup? How will I also get my pictures on IG so that people would also like? You understand? So they are in a way limited in doing that. Okay? But if you realize that their limitations are kind of basic. There are some beliefs that, my house, no one is well. Or I can never be rich. Or there are words that people say to them. So, example, I remember when I was a kid, we were going to GHS1, I was in P6, and I wasn't too good in science. So my teacher just looked at me and said, you, because you're not good in science, I'm not going to promote you. It affected me psychologically. I thought I wasn't good in science. So anytime I get a book, I take the book to read, I don't even feel motivated in the first place to read. So it became like a self-limiting thought in my mind, which is now implanted in my subconscious. So anytime my conscious effort tries to take the book to read, it doesn't even work. I just put a book aside and I just pick social studies or R&B because those are easy to read and go about with. Yes. But I still, in a way, managed to get promoted. But I still had that thought. Even in GHS2, integrated science, I still felt that I wasn't good. Yes. So that was self-limiting. Consciously and unconscious. Yes. Well, what do you have to say about such a thing?
Those people, from all the two scenarios you gave, I think those people need someone to that's why there's someone to motivate you always.
Yes.
Yeah, you need someone to give you that motivation, to push you, and oh no, you go fit do I don't limit yourself. Some people can motivate you, even the things you think or you thought you can't.
Yeah.
But you realize, oh, this thing I go fit do better than the person doing it.
Yeah.
So sometimes we have to speak positive into people's mind.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's some people always no.
But sometimes some people feel like I should just say the truth because yes. I mean,
some people is how you take or you take some comments. You are not good. Oh no, I'm good. I will do one. It's how you some people are always positive, like
the moment you say it, they try to motivate you.
Yeah.
But at that age, bro, I mean at that age.
Oh no, I have a friend called Bernard. In primary school he wasn't that good, but getting to GHS, all the teachers were you will repeat. But I said no, I'm good. He was positive. I think from the family he's coming from, I think they are full of positive vibes.
Yeah.
So I think
you see the family too.
Yeah.
It plays a big role.
Yeah. So he was full of positive vibes and he kept pushing. Graduated now in the University of Ghana.
Okay, he's doing well.
He's doing so well. He worked at the Malabo and all that. He's doing so well. Yeah. So you shouldn't.
But psychologically, self-limiting is a big problem. It's a big problem, especially to our young ones and the youth out there, especially. If you realize, if you go on Ghanaian streets right now and just interview anyone, why are you jobless? Government not give me work. That is the first thing you hear. Governments are not making money flow in the system. They are saying that government is hiding all the money and they are blaming corruption. These are psychological. These are like the moment you ask someone, that's the first thought that comes in mind. He will not think of himself consciously, like what am I even doing for myself?
Maybe from the early 90s, 80s, government has been the highest employer.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's
perception.
Yeah, perception is in people's mind.
It's still in people's mind.
Yeah, but I think government is also helping the private sector. So why don't you go to the private sector? Move to the private sector.
Taxes and all that.
And maybe you also have to think. Right now, governments bring up new things for you to get money. This entrepreneurship programs. YES and all that. The youth entrepreneurship scheme. You also have to think. And just now, if it depends so much on government, your family compared to rock, so.
Now talking about dependent, there's so much dependency on in Africa, not just honestly in Ghana. There's so much dependency on
China self dependency.
Dependency, but the ratio in Ghana is too much. Your extended family and everything just they depend on one father who is working in a public office. Mm-hmm. How much is his salary? These perceptions are in people's mind. Oh, now my uncle is a minister. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me just go and ask for this favor. Mm-hmm. Then probably, example, your mom will say that, okay, since your uncle is the minister of roads and highways, let me go and see if he can get you a job. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, you're not directly linked to him. Mm-hmm. You're like his second uncle or the third uncle in line. These perceptions, they are self-limiting.
That's why politics in Africa, or let's say politics in Ghana be some way. Now politics be business. People, the dependency, let's say now MP, the local MP in your constituency, people move to, can you help me pay school fees? They run foundation, be charity. He's not running a charity or maybe a foundation for everyone to come pick something. No. So if he comes, why are not going to make the money or I lost? Yeah. So sometimes corruption, it's not bad. But you have to also think, like in Africa, the way our political system are, people give me this, give me that, give me this, we want this, move.
There are a lot of give me than doing the work itself.
But although yes, the MP some get money, but they are not running a charity foundation so that they give everyone money. So if they come, they have to make the money or all the money they spent to get into power. So sometimes it's not the dependency be very, very big problem.
Big problem.
Yeah, very big
and
problem.
yes. So, Chief, push your mic back a bit. No, just push it back. I just want us to have a little activity. So, do this and say, I am powerful. I just want to see something. I just want to feel something.
Guy, are facts.
I know. Just help me out. Help me out. Let's go. I am powerful.
I am powerful.
Okay, you come back. Now relax. Put the mic back. Say, I am powerful.
I am powerful.
Which one is more comfortable?
This way.
This way, exactly. So now let's talk about body and self-limiting. You realize that even the body in self-limiting is a problem. Yes. So, do you have any ideas on that? I just gave a scenario right now. You can't just squat and be saying I'm powerful.
You
need to be in a comfortable posture.
Yeah, the society sometimes they make the Obolo people feel like say.
But that's not my point.
No,
that's not what I'm trying.
Yeah, I know. Because you intentionally make her do this, make people say a fact.
No.
So I can't do it properly.
No, I myself I was also suffering.
No.
Okay.
You have different body types.
Yes.
But that shouldn't limit you.
Yeah, it shouldn't limit you.